Hey guys, I hope you're having a wonderful day and making some really good trades. And today's video is just going to be on how, like a little tutorial on how to use a TradingView, because some people have asked me a lot of questions on like via direct messages on like how to change the candlestick chart, like the types of candlesticks, draw lines, use trading tools, stuff like that. Just basic stuff. If you couldn't figure it out by yourself just by exploring the TradingView, then this video is going to help you just figure it out. So we're just going to start off with the toolbar on the left, and this is basically all your tools right here, right? This allows you just to change from the cross that you see here to a dot, or to an arrow or an eraser, whatever you want, right? So the cross just, this allows you to click and move around the chart. And, right here, we just got a basic Bitcoin to US dollar chart on a Bitstamp. And yeah, so then we'll move on. That's like really basic. We'll move on to some trend lines right here. Click right here, you can get some lines and you can draw some lines, right? Draw some lines. Right after you draw some lines, you can click on it and then you can edit it, the types of color, the thickness, the kind of lines, if you want dashed lines, dotted lines, or regular lines, right? And then you can lock it too, which means you can't move it anymore, right? You can't move it unless you unlock it, and then you can move it around and edit it, the length and shortness of it again. That's just really basic stuff again. And then you can click on the same thing right here. Once you click on it, you can click on it again, and it allows you to draw all sorts of different lines, like horizontal lines. You can draw cross lines. You can draw arrow lines, right? That shoot up like that. You can draw parallel channels, which is very useful for finding sorts of channels like that, right? And then they can break out like that, and then you can form little channels. So that's a very useful one. And then you can also use the rays. Rays are very useful as well. They're just lines that extend, right? Those are just lines that extend. So we'll just get rid of everything that we just drew, and then we'll move on to the next trading tool, which is a little more complex trading tools right there. But one of my favorite ones I like to use is the Fibonacci Retracement, right? And this allows you to draw things like that. Fibonacci retracements. Technically, Fibonacci retracements are supposed to be like this. So we'll start over from the top. Fibonacci retracements are supposed to be from the bottom up, right? And then when they retrace down, right, it allows you to see where supports, right, where the golden pocket ratios are, like supports and resistance, are going to be. So as we can see, sometimes they drop down like that. If we draw it all the way down to the bottom of like the beginning of the bull market, which we can do, which some people like to do for like long-term view, you can draw it all the way down here, and then you can drag this up all the way up there, right? And again, right here, it looks like we've hit the 0.5 fib level. We haven't hit the 0.68. The 0.68 and the 0.16, the 1.68 usually are the levels you hit, but this one's a negative, so that's obviously never going to get hit. And the 0.66 is usually the pocket that people usually like aim for to place their long orders during a retracement. So this is the top, it starts to retrace. People will place their long orders around here. Maybe they get filled, or some people try to front run it and it starts to go back up. That's basically it. That's one of my favorite ones to use, the Fibonacci retracement level, and then you could look at different other fib levels. And there's a bunch of crazy ones right here. I don't know how to use these. I don't really use them. They're pretty crazy. Fib circles, I don't even know what these things do. And obviously I could do some research, and maybe they're useful, maybe they aren't. But I do not know what they do, and I don't plan on using them right now, because keeping it basic is is really what you want to do when you're trading. You can even do fib extensions, which are very useful as well. You draw it like that, and then you draw it back down there, and then you get your extension levels. And that's technically how you're supposed to do it, but I'm not going to look for a pattern right now. We're just trying to explore some tools right now and show everyone how they work basically. And now we can move on to the drawing tools, which is really also basic. This is the brush. You can draw things, and then you can change how the styles of our, by going into settings, you can change the different styles if you want an arrow or if you want it to look normal. I usually like the arrow because it allows people to show, let's say I draw some trend lines like this. I draw like a little triangle for someone, and then they want to know how the price is going to be. I'll draw it like that, and I'll say it'll be bouncing back and forth like this. Or you could just hold your mouse down and draw it like that, bouncing back and forth, and then it eventually breaks out in a certain direction. Obviously, this isn't how it's how price action works, but we'll see. Yeah, and then you can also do highlighter, path, rectangles. Rectangles are very nice to draw support boxes, such as like this. As we can see, you know, you can find some support there. Right, I'm not really trying to look for support right now. I'm just trying to show you guys how to use a tool, and I like to extend them. So you would go into settings. You would go to, I believe, visibility. Oh no, just right there, extend right. Sorry, I'm diving too deep. Yeah, but yeah, right now you can see the box doesn't extend, but if you click extend right, it's just going to extend it into infinity. So you could see further down where the resistance or supports are, as I like to do in my other videos. As you guys can probably see, the resistance boxes are just extending forever. And then this is very simple. This is just text or little notes that you can draw. I don't really use these patterns. These are more like X, A, B, C, D patterns. I don't really use this as well. You know, I like to keep it with the basics. You can draw X, A, B, C, D patterns with just like trend lines and stuff like that. And then long positions. Now these are very useful, right? These allow you to show, like, to place some like trades on like risk to reward ratios type deal. So let's say there's like let's say this pattern's playing out right here, you know, and then there's like some resistance there. Okay, right? And then you're debating on where to take your trade and trying to calculate. Now you would go here, a long position. If it breaks up to the upside, okay, if you enter here and your target is 8%, right? There we go. It actually helps you calculate your risk to reward ratio. So if you're going to get stopped out down here, if you place your stop loss there, then your risk to reward ratio is 4.9. You know, you're gaining so much and then risking so little. All right, but if your stop loss is down here, you're risking more to gain less. And obviously, if you gain less and your risk is so all the way down here, then your risk to reward ratio is getting reduced as well. And the same thing will apply to the short position, right? And I like the bar patterns too, because it allows you to copy bar patterns like this. You can copy this and then place it like that, like such, as like trying to copy like some previous trends and what they're doing, which is very nice as well. Very useful tool. Okay, and then we will delete these trend lines to keep the chart nice and clean, and then we're gonna go look some more useful things. I like to use the date and we'll start off with the price range. This allows you to calculate price percentage. Like, let's say it pumped up this much, I want to know how much of that is in a percentage. It tells you what it is and how much it pumped. And then same thing for the date and price range, except this one calculates the date, right? You can see 96 bars is 4 days. This pattern took 4 days and it was a 12% gain, right? Obviously this was not a 12% gain. The Bitcoin price went down a lot. And then you can obviously draw a bunch of shapes as well. You could draw like a Windows shape and then enlarge it. You could draw all sorts of things. You could do whatever you want in TradingView. The possibilities are endless. And then this is just a measuring tool, allows you to just quickly measure how much of a price decrease this is and the dates. But this does not stay. So you can click on it and then you can see it, and then when you click again, it disappears. And this is just to zoom in and zoom out. I don't really use this tool because you could just hold Z or just reset the chart to zoom in and out with these two buttons right here. And yes, to reset the chart, you just press right here or Alt R, and that helps you to reset the chart. So you say you zoom in a lot, you want to reset the chart, you either press here or you press Alt R, and it resets the chart. Or that's just turning on my GPU. Okay, we'll just turn it off. No, we don't want to turn that off. I guess I'll make that go away for now. It doesn't work on my computer because I have it linked to something else. So you would click Alt-R here, or just press the reset button. Anyways, now we could look at the minutes right here in the weekly. These are just your time frames: 4 hours, 6 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour daily. You can change them right here. I have big TradingView Premium, so I can even get the 1 second chart. And the 1 second chart is a complete disaster. You can't really do anything with it. It's just funny to have. You can add minutes, right? I added the 30 minute, the 45 minute, the 1 hour, the 6 hour, the 8 hour. These are custom ones you got to add down here, and you just click on them and you could favorite them. And then when you favorite them, they stay on your bar. So I want to favorite the 1 minute and it stays there. And yeah, something else that you want to know for TradingView is how to change the candlesticks, because this is the main thing. A lot of people message me like how to change the candlesticks from like regular candles. These are regular candlesticks to Heiken Ashi. You would go down here, click on Heiken Ashi, and it would change it to Heiken Ashi candles. If you don't like Heiken Ashi, there's all the other types of candles are here, or just basic line charts, right? Line or even area, right? You could change everything, baseline. And depending on when your baseline is, you could just increase it or decrease it. You could even change it to regular standard bars, right? I don't know if it depends on every trader, they prefer different things. Hollow candles as well, they work very well. And then you can even go down here to crazy ones like Ringo. These ones I don't use. These types of candlesticks I do not use. There's all sorts of them, and TradingView is constantly updating it, so you could always see all the different ranges and the patterns that you can use. Yeah, this one I don't even know what this is. I've never used this one. Yeah, I just like to keep it on regular candles or Heiken Ashi when I'm using Market Cipher. And moving on, we can go to here. You can actually compare symbols right here by adding like the Dow Jones and comparing it to like the Bitcoin price. Obviously the Dow Jones doesn't move a lot, so you could compare it to maybe Ethereum. You could look ETH up, you could find Ethereum futures, maybe how they're comparing. Is it gonna load? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be wanting to load right now. Ethereum to the euro. There you go. Yeah, that's now you're comparing Ethereum to the euro versus Ethereum to the US dollar, right? And you can even change the type that you want to have. I believe you'd have to double click on it and then edit it later, but we're just gonna delete it for now and move on. Right here you can change indicators and strategies. This is where I go to add like EMA ribbons. Right here you could add EMA ribbons. You could search anything up. So if you wanted moving averages, you would type in moving averages and you can click on that and it'll add a moving average for you. Or you can click the MACD, you can click hash ribbons, you can click Ichimoku cloud, you can click all sorts of indicators and add them all to your chart. Right, that's where you go to find your indicators and add them to the chart, like RSIs. They're really basic ones. Right, and then you would go down here to add fundamental metrics for stocks. Right, this I don't really use because I'm mostly on crypto, so we'll just skip that one for now. If you guys want to know more about it, we can dive into it later. This is an indicator template, so these are really basic indicator templates like Williams 3 lines or EMA ribbons, a very popular one with the EMA ribbons are flipping. Right, this means you're bullish right here, and when you flip back down, then the yellow lines underneath, then you are bearish. Right now we are bearish on Bitcoin, but looks like it's trying to flip over, but we are like in a decision making point right now. The price is about to explode in a certain direction. And yeah, there's all sorts of ones, volume based ones like CCI, OBV, ROC, CMF. I don't use these ones personally, but you can do whatever you want. Another one that I like to use is alerts, right? You can create alerts right here, and you could put it at 38,000 right here. When it crosses the price at 38,000, you create alert. Now there's an alert at the price of 38,000. So let's say I'm just taking a walk, but I have TradingView on my phone. The price crosses 38,000. It's going to send an alert to my phone, letting me know that the price crossed there. You can even add some actions and controls to these. It's pretty cool. You guys can do your own research and look at that. All right, now we're just gonna try and delete this one. Delete that. Yes, delete it. Just double click on it and then click delete to remove it. And then this is a very nice tool as well, bar replay. So you could select which bars, like when you want to replay the bar patterns, right? So you can click here and you decide the speed, and you can click play, and it's going to replay the price action for you, right? Which is really cool for analysis and like maybe like making videos, stuff like that, figuring out if your patterns played out perfectly or not. Obviously this is CryptoBiki, so obviously our patterns play out perfectly every time, right? Perfect. Yes, we're all on the same page. Very nice. And then yeah, you can select layouts and stuff, but this is like when you use other monitors or stuff, or you want to divide it into 2 screens and add, let's say like this, you want to add a different chart here. This one you want it to be I don't know, let's make it, oh, we already typed something and that's why it's not finding anything. Let's just make it Ethereum. Right, so right here we'll type in Ethereum futures, and then we'll select this one, and then it'll go right there. And then now you have the Bitcoin versus Ethereum, and you can take a look at both, which is very nice, very cool. Anyways, we're just going to put it back to normal and just have the Bitcoin and US dollar stamp right there. And then you can save your layouts right here by just clicking the save button, and it'll just save. Very simple stuff. This is to undo changes, Control Z, right? If you want to do that, and then you could just click Control Y to redo the changes that you just undid. Very simple stuff. And this is a very cool tool as well, because you can take screenshots right here of your charts, right? If you want to show your friends, like, oh, I found this pattern right here, you know, we're going to break out soon, something's coming. Oh no, guys, something's gonna come, and you want to share it to them. You click take snapshot, and it would print a URL. You would click copy, and then you would share it to them. Very simple stuff. And then right here you have all, like, these are your alerts, like we talked before, right? Like there you can create an alert, but we don't have any alerts right now. And then this is your watch list. This is where you add and organize all your stuff, right? I follow all the stocks right here, futures, bonds, commodities, crypto stocks, like my miners, my banks, crazy stocks I follow. Some of my friends share stocks with me, green energy and economics, like, you know, M1 money supply, stuff like that. And that one you need the line chart to view it, like right here. You need to change it to line, and then you're able to view it. Then it makes sense, right? If you have it on candles, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense. But the VIX does, right? Anyways, this was just a basic video to show you guys how to use TradingView if you didn't know how to use it. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. The link's in the description. This might be a long video, but if you really don't know what you're doing, this is a basic tutorial for people to, you know, just use TradingView. Anyways, thanks for the support, guys. You guys are awesome. Always appreciate the support. The link's in the description if you want to use my TradingView link to get a $30 bonus. And enjoy your day. Peace.